when I stepped off the plane and I got an assistant. Her name was Irma. She wasn't from Premium Care. She was just a girl that pushed me in the wheelchair, and she took me since they couldn't come to the airport and pick me up, the drivers, she took me to where the driver was and just took me there. It was off the airport premises, and she just pushed me all the way there. And then coming here to the suites, very nice. All the ladies in the suites are very nice and excellent cooks.
It was extremely easy. From the time I picked up the phone for the first time and I talked to Pedro, he was able to guide me throughout the whole process. And I told him he's the reason why I'm here. He did such a wonderful job in guiding me and giving me all the information that I needed. And it was very comfortable. I really didn't feel any nervousness or, I felt like I had found the right place.
I'm very professional. I filled out the forms here and I had an interview with Dr. Campbell and everything went really well, and I came back within a week for my surgery.
It was actually really easy. It was nothing that I expected at all. I've never been to Colombia before, and just coming here and everybody was very welcoming. They had staff in both English and Spanish. So I got an opportunity to kind of learn a little bit more Spanish while I'm here. But every step of the way, if I had questions, they were answered. If I needed anything, there was no hesitation for the assistance. Everybody was just readily available.
The experience here has been really amazing. It's an incredibly professional organisation, second to none when it comes to sterility and procedures that were followed. The nursing staff are wonderful. Alex, the surgeon, was wonderful. It was painless, and I felt at all times that I was very safe, in very safe hands.
At home, were telling me I was crazy, especially from coming from the United States to Cartagena by myself. And from the minute I showed up at the airport, somebody was there with my name waiting for me. It was so comfortable. Everybody was, I'm very impressed, and I am intensive care nurse in one of the biggest hospitals in San Diego. So for me as a medical professional to say that I'm extremely impressed from the airport ride all the way through my recovery, and I'm going home tomorrow, it's something. It's been spectacular. I mean, from the consultation with Dr. Campbell, Dr. Restrepo, they were just wonderful. They made you feel so at ease. You can feel the professionalism in there. You could feel that they weren't rushing me. They answered every single one of my questions. After the recovery, the nurse and the doctor were there holding my hand throughout the whole process. The nurse walked with me took me to the recovery suite, and the lady, thank you. I'll always remember her. It was the best experience ever, and as a nurse, to deal with the colleagues here in Cartagena, nothing more than I would have done for my own patients, nothing less. So it was wonderful, and I think every single one of them, the level of professional level here, it's probably a little better than I would think in the United States as far as post-op care. Absolutely. Yes, I mean, it couldn't have gone more flawless. Everything is.
There's nothing that I can say bad about my experience, because from start to finish, it was very good. And I might say that Dr. Campbell and his wife, they like friends, like my best friend. The wife is very, very charismatic. Dr. Campbell is very charismatic. I even told him that he looks nothing. In his videos, he looks very serious, very, very professional, very seriously. But when you see him, he's very, number one, he's very handsome. And he's just very good. He has a good presence about him. And he's not trying to, like, I wanted to come and get I really wanted to get a tummy tuck. And he looked at me and said, no, you don't need a tummy tuck. This is what I'm gonna do for you. Not only did it save me money, but he wasn't just out to do something to get money from me. And for me, that was very good. And even though I had to stay a couple of extra days, Dr. Carolina, she wanted me to stay so that she didn't want me to go away and She just wanted to make sure that everything was right. Even though I was supposed to leave on a specific day, she said, no, you need to stay. So that meant that she cared more about seeing me and making sure that everything was right for me before I go back to the US. Because going back to the US and something happens, you know, a lot of doctors don't want to hear that because they just don't want to deal with it. Then I have to fly back, which is not a bad thing because Cartagena is very beautiful. And so that for me was the good points. Very, very good, very, very good point. My place where I stay, it's very nice. I have 2 other roommates and they're very lovely ladies. And it's just, there has not been anything that I have not liked about this whole complete journey.